Okay, so I'm here today with one of my favourite people in the world. This is Ghazaleh Lowe. She's an intuitive reader. Now, what is an intuitive reader, you may well ask? I certainly did. What is an intuitive reader, Gaz?
Okay, good question. Intuitive reader is someone that taps into your energy, which enables them to hear, feel and see some of the things that you can't. May mean that you've got blockages in your body, and my job as an intuitive reader is to see the blockages, help you understand where they are in your body, what they mean and how to move through.
So is it like being a psychic?
It's similar, but it stays more in the here and now. So I don't go into the future, it's all about what's going on for you right now.
Okay, so do you see things or do you hear things or what?
See things and hear things.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're doing the horoscopes that we're putting on our page at the moment, and they're a little different. Again, you don't use star signs, am I right?
I don't use astrology. So I write them, but I don't use the planets to write the horoscopes, so they're intuitive.
Okay. So who benefits from your kind of stuff? I mean, why would you go to an intuitive person?
You'd go to an intuitive, actually no, the people that would benefit from it is someone that is looking to understand themselves and get to know themselves better on a deeper level, and to be more authentic with their lives, and people that want to choose what they love to do.
So is it a little bit like a psychologist? Would they come along with you with problems of the heart, or stress, or what?
Yes, they do. People come with all sorts of problems, anything they've got going on, and my job is to help them understand that what they think is the problem isn't actually the problem. Okay. There's always something deeper. Something
underlying.
Exactly.
All right, and you and I had a big conversation a little while ago where we were talking about what is the common thread.
Yeah.
Because she was saying that she does all these intuitive readings and she's getting so fed up after all these years. It's always the same. We all have the same exact problems, and I found that kind of empowering to know, because you think, oh, my problem's all mine and I've got to deal with it. But you were saying it's almost, to a man, to a woman, it's the same throughout all of us.
Yeah, very true.
What specifically are those things?
I just want to make something clear. I'm not fed up with a client.
No, she's not.
I just want to make that clear.
She's fed up with me, particularly.
The common thread is that everybody seems to think that the next person is more capable than they are.
Okay. So the next person is more capable than you are. I know all about that one.
Don't we all? Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
In terms of the common thread, no, that's it.
So you're saying is finding enlightenment or finding inner peace, or one of those things that we're all striving for, is not a matter of picking up a book and saying 5 Hail Marys.
Absolutely not. And it's so important, I think, that people understand it's challenging. And once you realise it's challenging, half the challenge is finished. So it's not going to happen overnight.
So the fact that it's hard work is perhaps an indication you're on the right track.
I would say so.
And so all the lotions and potions and that sort of thing, you would say, don't waste your time.
No. I mean, everyone has a journey. They all have to go through whatever it is they're going through. However, it's not as simple as maybe what the industry makes it out to be.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So what would you say to someone who wanted to be more intuitive? Because you actually teach people how to do that too, right?
I do, yeah. It's all, intuition sits in the body, and it's all about how to connect with the body and find out where your intuition is in your body, and you're able to use it. Everybody has it. It's there. It's loud and clear. It's just a matter of people tapping into it.
So everybody has it, even the big skeptics at home who go, this is a load of rubbish.
They use it more than anybody else, but
really?
they're just not aware of it.
Just not aware of it.
Yeah.
So do you think that you are able to make choices? Do you think there is such a thing as free will? Or do you think that the intuition is tapping into a part of us that already knows the path we're going to take? That's a good one.
It's a good question. You know what, I would start by saying there is choice. I hear what you're saying, and that's a whole nother level. I would start by saying yes, you have a choice.
Because if you don't at least think that there's choice, then you're not going to bother making any choices.
Everything's already pre-programmed.
And so do you think that the universe provides? Here's Bessie and I, and Bluebell, who's frantically trying to press the buttons on the camera.
If it's shaking, it's not me.
Do you think that what we're doing, which is literally going out there and saying, well, heck, let's just see what flows in, do you think that's insane, or do you think more people should actually try and encompass that into their lives?
More people should encompass it.
Okay. And is it all your fault that I'm on this journey?
I can answer that when depends on how it finishes.
Good answer. Very intuitive answer, if I say.
Call me in a year.
All right, so what we're going to do is find somewhere a little bit quieter where there's not 10,000 tons of water crashing up against rocks, which is ever so beautiful, but not conducive to peace and harmony. And we're going to get Gaz to do a little bit of an intuitive read about what's going to happen, or what she thinks we should know about the journey ahead. Is that good?
Perfect.
All right, see you then.
Okay, are you going to read me?
I am going to read you. Yes, I am. So what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of a reading based on what's going on for you right now and what's going on for Geoff.
Can I ask how you do it? Like, do you obviously there's no crystal ball here. How do unless you're hiding it? How do you get your information? By being present. So my feet are on the ground, which helps me to be grounded. Yeah. And I just become present in the moment, and whatever the feeling tells me is what I go with. Okay. I just trust it. So you don't talk to dead people or anything?
No, do you? No.
Not usually.
No, no, I don't.
Okay.
Nothing like that. So just to let you know, you can ask questions throughout the session. Yep. Okay. So that you realise it's not some big voodoo magical thing. Yeah? Okay. So first things first, your trip that you're going on, obviously it's going to be in and around your trip, because that's what's sitting in your energy right now. Okay, that's what you're thinking about, that's what Geoff's thinking about. So it's going to be obvious that it's about that first. So first things first, in terms of your trip, the first thing I feel that you both will need to remember is make sure that whatever you do throughout the trip, just give me a second as it kind of comes through. Whatever you do throughout the trip, you ready for this one? I don't know how this is going to affect you, but the day that the trip starts, make sure you're not signing any contracts. I know, so, and for the first 3 to 4 weeks, no contracts. You can pick them up, you can have a look at them, maybe think about it or whatever it is you do, but don't sign anything first 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. Yeah? So I'll write that down for you, just so you remember. How does that feel?
Interesting.
What does that bring anything up for you?
I guess it's easy, you know, when you do something like this and people start paying attention, then you get perhaps offered things that you wouldn't normally do. Yeah. And I think it's always good to be reminded not to jump into those things. So this whole thing is about doing things differently.
I know you haven't got anything set, planned, so to speak.
But don't let anything... Ah, interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a good tip. Because it's so easy when people start seeing what we're doing and they're like, oh, we want to be involved, how about you come and help us here, or how about you do this? It's easy to get over enthusiastic and run off in a direction that's perhaps not conducive.
Exactly, because the first 3 or 4 weeks you're going to get a lot of that. Right. And you're going to get things flown at you left, right and centre. I can tell you now, none of them are going to be it, so to speak. Yeah. You can take a look at them after the 4 weeks and go, okay, this feels right, that doesn't feel right. Okay. Yeah. And whatever it is you're going with, make sure it feels right. Don't do it because it's got a dollar sign or this or that or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense? Okay. And within 4 weeks, after 4 weeks of your trip, I'm probably not going to need this just yet, but after 4 weeks of your trip, that's when everything will start buzzing up. Okay. However, the first 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to be triggered a lot. You're going to have a lot of your buttons pushed. Okay. And you're going to kind of steer into a realm that you've avoided for a long time. Okay, there's one unexpressed emotion that you need to deal with that sits right up here.
Terror?
Okay? No, it's not terror. It's something that you need to express, okay, and you haven't.
Being vocal about spirituality and the spookier side of life, because I feel like an idiot doing it. Yep. I sort of have a feeling that everyone judges you, because I judged everybody. I used to be like, you're spiritual. What I used to call you? Airy fairy idiot. But now I have to get out there and open my voice and say, hey, what do I know? Bring it on. Let's see if it works. Yeah. So is that it?
That's one part of it.
That's one part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's something that you haven't been expressing, and it's almost like you're waiting to the last minute when you get on the, what is it called?
The Winnebago.
Winnebago, and then you're going to go, oh, Bess, I've got to tell you something.
I'm a woman.